If this is your first time seeing my face, hello, my name is Sierra Mari, and if this is not your first time, thank you so much for wanting to see my face again. I genuinely appreciate you. So today is a very special day for two reasons. One, because I guess this is technically my first YouTube video on this channel in this phase of my life. I do have another YouTube video that's out, but I was in 6th grade and it's really cringy and really embarrassing, and I'm just gonna put a clip for reference just so y'all see like where I was at that time.
Sadly, no one won. I was expecting someone to actually sing, not sound horrible.
It was a skit for a talent show that I wanted to do. It was like a showcase, and I was like all the characters.
Oh, brother!
And in this point, I'm still talking about entertainment, just in a completely different way. And I'm sure you're like,
what the fuck is this girl talking about entertainment in a completely different way?
Well, I'm here to tell you. Today, we're gonna be talking about the intertech era. What is the intertech industry? What is the intertech economy? Okay, baby, this is some next level shit. And I want to make sure that y'all are in the know so y'all don't miss out. Intertech is the intersection between entertainment and technological philosophies and business models in a post-pandemic environment. Basically, post-COVID shift, post-COVID era, people got so dependent on the internet, got so dependent on entertainment. Let's talk about it. People got so dependent on entertainment as a coping mechanism to escape the real world, which I still don't understand why people are not talking about it in that capacity. Like, here's the thing. If you understand history and if you go back, let's go all the way back, the arts, entertainment hasn't always been a respected industry, a respected craft. You being viewed as an artist, taking your career seriously as an artist, as a creative, didn't seem like a realistic job. It didn't seem like it was sustainable. It didn't seem like something that was taken serious. And my whole philosophy is that COVID specifically changed everything. Now everyone is talking about the creator economy. Now everybody wants to be a creative. And I think one of the core reasons of that is because people started realizing the value entertainment had. When the world was shut down, we couldn't go outside, we couldn't interact. Motherfuckers couldn't go to school. Motherfuckers couldn't do their job. People were scared to get groceries. And what was the one thing that we had that was constantly consistent and gave people a peace of mind and gave them a level of ease? Entertainment. This leads us into the intertech era. This is not a trend. This is a infrastructure shift. This is a societal shift that is going to happen whether you like it or not. And I know it's scary, and I know it's like, what the fuck is this? And I know it can be confusing, but this is one of the reasons why I wanted to start my channel and wanted to create this safe space for any type of creative, whether you're a creative professional or just a creative that's just starting out, that's never done this before, to know that there are other creatives like you that want to figure a way out. Because we're here and we exist, and it's important for us to know each other and start learning from each other, start building with each other, because that's all we have. And that's some real Age of Aquarius shit, which is another video for another day. So we're gonna go over a few examples, we're gonna go over a few examples from the music sector, the TV sector, and the fashion sector. So first things first, because I do work in music, and music will always be a core foundation in my DNA. So we're gonna start with music first. Someone who I feel like is a great example who is implementing intertech strategies in their creative business model and their branding is LATASHÁ.
This is who I am. This is what I do. This is who I am. Who the fuck are you?
MC, she's not even a rapper, she's a MC, she's a lyricist, she's a community leader, she's a pioneer in the music NFT space. She's the epitome of a creative that utilizes this technology to have that confirmation that someone values my art and the things that I'm creating, and says, you know what, I see you, I see the value in what you're creating, and not only that, but I want to support you in that. Here's 15 stacks. What? I personally feel, and again, this is my theory because it's my channel and I'm gonna say what I want, and I said what I said.
I said what I said.
The entertech era and what we're witnessing right now, specifically in entertainment, is the reincarnation of the Harlem Renaissance.
Sir, this nigga spitting.
Ponder on that for a second. Yeah, may have to do another video on that. If you want to learn more about LATASHÁ, I will link all of her socials so you can check it out. So the next example of the entertech era that I want to talk about is a TV version, and that is Mad Realities.
After weeks of painful, heartbreaking, and passionate competition, we've got 4 couples, 3 challenges, and a jackpot of 4.2 ETH. This is the Proof of Love Couples Showdown.
So Mad Realities is actually, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first interactive networks that got backed by Paris Hilton, founded by 2 women, in creating interactive TV shows where, in their words, the line between the audience and the writers and the creators become blurred. So if you're investing into a show and you're really interested in the concept of this show, just based on your interest, you can contribute to the storyline. And one of their examples is their show called Proof of Love, where...
It's chilly. Yeah, it is a little chilly. Cold.
A little, but it's okay.
You sure?
Proof of Love is an interactive show where the audience can contribute to the storyline of their show. Like, for example, if you're invested in Proof of Love, when you've got their Rose badge, which was basically like a proof of investment into their show and their IP, you got certain producer privileges. I could choose to say, okay, well, I want this cast member to wear this outfit on their first date with this cast member. Like, you're actively do you guys remember Bandersnatch? When Black Mirror on Netflix did the interactive episode and you got to choose what your character was doing. So instead of like choosing like a game where you have like the options on the screen, you're actively contributing to what you want to see on screen. Revolutionary. So I'm going to link that in below. But shout out to everyone at Mad Realities. I definitely am extremely inspired by how you guys are implementing these new technologies in the development of your show and the development of your IP, and I think that shit is so hot. I think that shit is amazing. Last but not least, I want to highlight the fashion portion. But specifically, I want to talk about an app that I found maybe around, I would say, like 4 or 5 months ago, called 010. Now, 010 is a very interesting app because you would think,
Oh, well, Sierra, it's a filter. That's all it is.
fashion has always been an example of visual expression. Your fashion outwardly expresses yourself. And so what does it mean when you have digital fashion and your clothes no longer are limited to the physical? Let's say, for example, you're a fashion designer and you have like these really, really dope ideas. You have these really great sketches, but you don't have money to fund your sewing machine, or you don't know how to sew, or you don't have the money to fund this fashion line that you envision for yourself. You could easily learn on YouTube how to create these digital version of these clothes that you want to wear, so at least people could try them on and see what they would look like, and again, have a proof of concept before they buy them, or have your own virtual line where you don't have to worry about shipping, you don't have to worry about manufacturing, but now you're creating a virtual fashion line in a completely different industry, in a completely different environment, and you don't have to worry about half the shit that you have to worry about in a physical sense. I think it's a really exciting app to try out, and just to get a glimpse of where fashion is headed. So without further ado, I want to give you guys a quick glimpse of my 010 fashion closet.
I'm that bitch. Been that bitch, still that bitch. Will forever be that bitch. Forever be that bitch. Yeah. I'm the hood Mona Lisa, break a nigga into pieces. Had to X some cheesy niggas out my circle like a pizza. I'm way too exclusive, I don't shop on Insta boutiques. All them little ass clothes only fit fake booties.
If you want to see more about my digital closet, or if you want to explore your own fashion closet, I definitely suggest, again, checking the link in description and download 010. And if you do try it out, please tag me at Gen Z Exec on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, because I want to see your thoughts of it, because I think this shit's really cool and I think this shit is really hot. Before we close out, I want to also be a realist for a second, and I want to highlight the fact that although this new industry of the entertech era slash industry slash economy is really exciting and really revolutionary, and it's going to be, you know, everyone's favorite word now is being disruptive, one thing that I want to highlight also is that there are cons as well as pros. So eventually, one thing about the intertech era, and especially in that post-COVID environment, is that people have gotten so codependent on the internet. And my favorite thing, playing devil's advocate, is what happens when the internet goes out. What happens when shit blacks out? What happens to the technological upkeep of this technology? Because, of course, you know, the internet runs on energy, especially with all these computer systems around the world. And so when it comes to the sustainability of that, those are things that we also have to consider with this entertech era of like, what is the balance? One thing that I really want to highlight that's really important is the mental health piece. Now, you already know Instagram especially has called mental illness, delusions, illusions, and straight psychosis, honestly. And those are things that are, you know, although I laugh, it's serious, especially with that dependency of, you know, like social validation and internet validation, and social gratification, and shifting the perspective that because things are quick on the internet, that it's like that in real life. And so when you're immersed into this fully digital aspect, what does that look like? How can we create a balance where our mental health isn't put at risk for capitalistic gain? Does that make sense? I hope that drop a comment below if that makes sense. Because sometimes like things that I say in my mind will make sense to me. So I just want to make sure like it resonates. But I think it's just important to plant the seeds now, start the conversation now, and open the floor for you guys to share your opinions. Just as like you're trying to figure this shit out, I'm also trying to figure this shit out. So if you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you like this video and want to see more, I'm going to hold myself accountable to post consistently, and I appreciate your patience in advance because I really want to start not just having these conversations, but I also want to start expressing my thoughts and also my experiences as I'm coming up in the entertainment industry, and also just being a creative color, being a Gen Z creative, and also being an astro geek, and just like implementing that in my business, and how it's beyond just, you know, compatibility with love, and there's so many different components to it that I'm really excited to share with you guys and grow with you guys. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to my first YouTube video in this new era and chapter in my life. And until next time.